We're going to create a symmetrical fantasy insect today, inspired by artischoola.com. I hope the video is helpful for those like me who are visual learners. If you do like it, please click the thumbs up. This tells YouTube that you liked it, and then YouTube will move it to the top of the search results for me. We see symmetrical things everywhere we look. Faces, cars, flowers, and insects. In this video, I'm going to use my name in cursive as a starting point. And this is not necessary, but if you're not sure where to start, this can be helpful. I then added insect things like spots and wings and legs. After drawing the right half of the insect, I lay a piece of tracing paper over the insect and tape it down. This way the tracing paper doesn't move and I get everything traced correctly. I then flip the tracing paper to the left so that my drawing is face down and reversed. I tape it down again and retrace everything. This presses the graphite from the first drawing down onto the paper, leaving a mirror image or a symmetrical fantasy insect. After transferring it with the tracing paper, I then went over all of my lines with a Sharpie. I added a couple of designs in the middle of the body, but other than that, I kept everything the same as it was when I initially drew it. And you can see it starting to come together now. All of the parts on the left side are the same as the ones that are on the right side. This is important. This is what makes it symmetrical. After doing that, I picked out a few colors and black and white. I used the white to blend the other colors and to lighten them, and the black to create shadows and dimension. You can see here I'm doing the eyes, and I want them to look a little bit three-dimensional, so I did black on one side, then I went over all of it white to kind of blend it together, and then I went over it with blue. I try to do a couple of things with color pencil every time that I use color pencil. Number one, I want to make the color thick. As I'm coloring, I press down pretty hard in places. I'll fade it out a little bit, but mostly I cover the paper. That way it looks a little bit more like paint, and it makes the colors brighter and richer and just more beautiful. I also try to mix two or more colors together. You can see here I'm mixing some blue into some red, and the color that I'm going to get in the middle, of course, is going to be purple. So I always try and mix two or more colors together. In some places I just did black to white, in other places I did yellow to white. Other places I mix yellow and red together, but I always try and keep two colors together. I left some white paper for highlights in order to make the insect look a little bit shiny. You'll see this here in just a minute. Probably trying to determine where a light source is coming from. In this case, I kind of made the light source from the back of the insect. You don't really have to do this. You know, coloring the insect in pretty colors is probably going to be good enough, and that's fine. But I tried to create sort of a light source and a highlight to make the body of the insect look shiny. I'm using the white here to kind of blend the black and smooth it out, make it look a little bit more like paint. I did the same thing with the white and the yellow a little bit. I left a little bit of white showing on the front of the legs so that they would look shiny as well. And I did the spots on this part the opposite of the spots on the front part. The spots on the front are red on black, and these are black on red, sort of like a ladybug. And you can see me here using the black for the legs and white to kind of blend it together. Then I did the same as the stripe part, black and yellow, again with a little bit of a highlight towards the front. And then the stinger. So this insect has kind of a sucker on the front like a mosquito, and a stinger on the back like a bee. I don't know what kind of insect this is. It's a fantasy insect. Cutting the insect out was difficult in places where the legs were thin, so try not to have real long, thin legs. That makes it hard. And then the last thing I did was to glue it to a piece of black folded black paper. I folded the black paper in half so I could find the center, and I could center my insect on the paper, and that was a little bit helpful. I still didn't quite get it in the middle. If you have a friend that can help you lower the insect with glue, that makes it a little bit better. I sprayed glue all over the back so nothing would be peeling up, so that it would be glued down perfectly. Anyway, so that's my video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you like the way it turned out. If you have any questions or things that you would have done differently, please let me know in the comments down below. And please don't forget to subscribe. That's also helpful so that YouTube knows that you liked it and other people might like my channel as well. Bye.